that smell. The cold. I am home. Skyrim. I can hardly move. Every muscle, every sinew aches. If not moved for an age. Millennia. Where am I? Those calls. The Dova. Barthanax. There are many of you here. The survivors. Those that remain. They call of Alduin's defeat. They recognize it. And they know. Old friend. I've traveled far to be here. Further than I would like to admit. I still hold with me the souls of your brothers, and I feel their calls, their thrum. They celebrate with all of them, your kin, our kin.
It is done. Alduin Dilon. The eldest is no more. He who came before all others and has always been.
Aye. But you do not sound happy. There is sadness in your voice, and I can understand. But I have no regrets, nor do those who reside within me. Alduin had to be destroyed.
Of course. Alduin Wachlan Dani. I would not have helped you if I thought otherwise. You did what was necessary. Alduin had flown far from the path of right action in his Pachlok, in the arrogance of his power. But I cannot celebrate his fall. Zutiraz Ach Ochma. He was my brother once. This world will never be the same.
Aye, that it won't. But there will still be a world. This is the World Eater we are talking about, after all. The world is at peace, and I was fulfilling my purpose as the Dragonborn.
Indeed, you saw more clearly than I. Certainly more clearly than Alduin. Roch Funta Korav. Perhaps now you have some insight into the forces that shape the Venesitid, the currents of time. Perhaps you begin to see the world as a Dova. But I forget myself. Crosis, solos midfadon. Melancholy is an easy trap for a Dova to fall into.
I knew that all too well.
You have won a mighty victory, Shahroch Kondrach. One that will echo through all the ages of this world for those who have eyes to see. Savor your triumph, Dovahkiin. This is not the last of what you will write upon the currents of time.
Indeed.
I feel younger than I have.
What are you now, my friend, my brother?
Without Alduin's lordship, They may yet bow to the Vasen, rightness of life.
I see.
But willing or no, they will hear it. Fare thee well, Dovat.
And you. We shall see each other again. Fate is not finished with us yet. What now? What lies in wait? Udoving, I had hoped to see you alive.
I wish the Old One luck in his quest. But I doubt many will wish to exchange Alduin's lordship for the tyranny of Parthenex's way of the voice. As for myself, you've proven your mastery twice over. Thuri Dovahkiin, I gladly acknowledge the power of your Thum.
Good.
Zu Odaving, call me when you have need, and I will come if I can.
I shall, Udoving. Another to call friend. But one still remains. Who are you? A messenger, perhaps. One of Mirak's slaves, his fanatics. The man is still out there. A threat to my home. But how long? How long was I gone? I feel different. Changed in ways I know not. A balance I have not felt before. Between all, the dragon, the beast, and the bat. And all of those still within me. Whatever the place was, my own personal oblivion. I am free from it now. Perhaps the others know. Perhaps they heard their calls, their shouts. Saw the Dover leaving. Nevertheless, they need to know I live. There is much to be done. Much still to do. And I will be needing you once again. Udoving! We will not have far to fly if they still remain in Whiterun. I can only hope they have not been waiting long. For I feel it. As the Old One said, as I said, this time, the ages that have passed, that all of them felt, that they all sacrificed for me. The Dover, the spirits within me. If I was in there alone, I would have been driven mad. They saved my life, and I will honor them for that. Here will do. Land as you can.
I will look for a spot to land.
All right. Be on your way. You've scared them well enough. I don't mean to alarm you. That one's a friend. Mean no harm to you at all. Again, apologies for waking you all. It has been too long. But it all looks the same. Nothing has changed. For that I'm grateful. While it was a millennia in that plane, that place, here, it is still my time. Good eve. I bring good news for Balbrith. You can go. He is rather protective of me. I'll be on my way. Well, they aren't stopping me. That is a good sign. Our truce. It is holding for now. No doubt the townsfolk will be uneasy to hear Dover so close to their homes. Or perhaps they're used to it by now. The guards seem prepared, as if they knew I was to return. I can only hope the others still wait. They have not abandoned me. The companions, they have not forgotten you. On the contrary, you're in the forefront of my mind. If all goes well here, I may be seeing you soon. Hello, little one. You've been taken good care of, I hope. It seems one has been celebrating already. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you for staying with them. All of them. There is much to discuss, many stories to share, songs to be sung. As for you, little one, you're not so little anymore, are you? And you, my friend, my brother, I see the celebration has already begun. There is no such thing as too much celebrating. Not today, my brother. It is good to see you well.
I have your back.
There will be much to talk about soon. It's been too long. It hasn't been the same for you as it has for me. Your eyes, you seem different. Our diets have changed somewhat. I don't know what to say. What can be said? I have hidden much of myself from you, from the others for too long. It's time to speak plainly. Let's run, Perhaps another time. too much of an audience. With her still close. We have much to discuss. Much to share in, and, well, it appears Inigo is leading a good example. The morning is still a long while off. Let us drink, celebrate. We're back together. The band reformed. And when the Jarl wakes, we will share with him my good news. All right. All rounds are on me. We followed Inigo's lead, glad to be together once again, all of us reunited. And so the tales began to flow. They had behaved themselves in my absence. For them, I was gone for but a week. I tried to explain to them the great passage of time I experienced in that place, that all the parts of me felt, so many lifetimes lived, so much longing, so much loss. I would look in the eyes of Serana and freeze. I had hundreds of years to plan all the things I would say to her, and yet I still found myself lost for words. I wanted to tell her that I loved her, more than just a companion, a friend, and felt a kinship with her I'd felt with no other. And yet something about her was different now. Her heart not so darkened, but she was still Serana, and I was still Leonidas, however carrying the weight of many years. As the night drew on, I talked once again with Lydia, still so distant, so timid. I told her that it was done, that the sacrifices had not been for nothing, that the World Eater was destroyed. Yet the one who did this to her, to my friends, that creature, that thing, that god, still breathes, or whatever it is it does. I had already ended one powerful creature, one that could not be killed. Perhaps Alduin is still out there, able to recover, to return. I will be waiting. I will be ready. And I will shatter that pathetic thing into pieces once again, as I shall shatter the skull of Hersian. And all who do us harm, the gods should feel fear, they should quake. I am not done killing yet, and the list seemingly grows longer. Eventually the night gave way to the dawn, and with it came Bulgroth. The man seemed surprised to see me back here. Perhaps he thought I had turned tail and run. However, he was full of glee to know that the World Eater had been stopped, that his children were safe. For the moment, all that would threaten Skyrim had passed. I spoke of Marak, the threat from the east. Bulgroth was there for the attack. He remembered the fanatics. His guards had reported no sightings, so perhaps with the death of Alduin, this Marak has faded back into obscurity. I would still ask the Jarl and all his heirs to stay aware of them, and should they appear once again, to make it known. For the moment, a peace had settled over Skyrim. However, it was fragile. As soon as word reached Talius, or Ulfric in the north, the Stormcloaks and the Imperial Legion would return to the field of battle, fighting for Skyrim once again. The Jarl would need to prepare, as would we. But for now, we had time. Something I or my companions had not found ourselves with for some while. I proposed a hibernation of sorts, a suspension of our actions, allowing them to roam free, to seek out their own endeavors. And they chose to. Orisa leaving to find those who had done her wrong, and Inigo to seek out Langley and this Doomstrider. Both had sworn to return at request, but I was glad to see them seek out their own path, to become masters of their destiny. As for Serana, she decided to stay. Whatever reason, what had dawned on me. And this place, as it is now, is alien to her. She is old, from another time. This is not her Skyrim, not her Tamriel, and so she will stay by my side, and I was comforted to know this. And of course the little one, who was growing not so little every day, would walk with us, although for now, we would not be walking far. The halls of the companions called to me. I was still a member, and it was what set the soul in motion that brought me here to Skyrim. It was time to offer them my aid and services, if they truly were what the whispers told, what my nose detected. Then perhaps we could help each other. All would soon